Hi Virgo, welcome to Sophquest. I'm Spence. This is a weekly reading for you, a full moon reading, big week, and it is for October 18th through the 24th. We start the week with Mercury and Jupiter both moving forward out of their retrogrades. Woohoo! So in October, that's 4 planets that moved out of retrogrades. So coming out of that slow progress, right? Slow and steady, feeling like we were stuck for so many months. And now making some steady progress. But what I love is that both Mercury and Jupiter together are moving forward in an alignment that I love, because that is the human mind, Mercury, your planet, also in, working together with Jupiter, the higher mind, higher perspective, and able to have really learned and able to have opened our minds to having a greater perspective of life. And that's going to allow us to let go of some of the problems that we have and allow us to really transform our lives by solving them, by having closure on things that have kept us stuck, right? All right, so we have a full moon on Wednesday. It is a full moon in Aries. Aries is the house of self. We are ending Libra season, the last week of Libra season this week, by understanding the self I am with Libra, we are, right? That axis. So during Libra season, we have that full moon in Aries. And that is about it's a personal full moon. It really is. And especially with Chiron, the wounded healer in Aries, letting go of things that for us have been stuck energy, old karmic patterns that we need to let go of, our old wounds. And the reason I say that is because this full moon, there is a T-square between the sun, the moon, and Mars, the I am presence, the self. And Pluto is about transformation. It is the 8th house of transformation, of death, of sex, of things that are hidden, secret, and in the dark. Things that we need to pull out into the light, to shed, and to allow for transformation to happen. It's the caterpillar turning into a butterfly, isn't it? It's that process. It's never easy, but it's important. All right, I'm cutting the deck. I've just been shuffling for you from the Oracle of the Seven Energies by Colette Baron-Reed and Jenna Della Gratalia, and the Crystal Visions Tarot by Jennifer Galasso. All right, we're using those 2 decks today. So I cut the deck and pull the top 3 for you. We have Body and Soul, Opening to Discovery, Ears Wide Open. This is listening to the needs of yourself, listening to your needs. It's very potentially also about listening to the needs of others, and opening to a part of yourself that maybe you haven't before, or opening to someone else in a way that you have never before, Virgo. All right, let's pull the 9 and see what else this is about. I'm going to show you each one of these cards, of course. I'm going to read today horizontally, vertically, and big picture, so stay with me if you will. Let's settle in and take 3 deep cleansing breaths to lower the cortisol, which lowers our stress, right? Okay. Cutting the deck. I shuffle these plenty before the camera is turned on, of course, and I'm going to lay them out for you. You have the Star, the 5 of Cups, the Queen of Cups. That's beautiful. The Ace of Swords. The 8 of Swords, right? Okay, that makes sense. The 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, you've been thinking for quite a long time about how you really feel about something. About yourself or about someone. And coming to terms with it. And allowing for the truth of it. Radical acceptance kind of thing. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, this is coming full circle for you. About what you haven't wanted to think about, what you haven't wanted to feel. Well, Pluto has a way of kind of pulling that stuff, dredging that stuff up from the depths of our soul and helping us to heal the genesis of where that pain comes from, right? Because very often in our lives, whatever problems we're having comes from our responses, the responses to how we respond to life. But the genesis of those responses usually come from something back in our childhood that we haven't quite healed. A trauma, or a wound. And wisdom tells us that in order for us to grow and learn and progress in life, we do have to look at that. The only way through it is through it, right? All right, so bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Wands, the Moon, and the King of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. Telling yourself what you really want, being honest with yourself about it. This could have to do with love. But let me take a look really quickly while you're taking some deep cleansing breaths and relaxing your spine and your shoulders, settling in with me, okay, Virgo? Let me look. You want to heal. You want to live in the truth and you want to stand for the truth. You've really been doing your homework. You've really looked inward. You've been your hermit self, doing the shadow work. Shadow work is, a lot of people get this wrong, so let's not get it twisted. Okay, first. Shadow work, the term comes from Carl Jung, right? The famous psychologist who talks about the collective unconscious and how we are all sort of programmed in life in many ways to behave, right? We're all put into these little boxes of how to behave in society and with each other. And Carl Jung said that it can, create this sort of shadow self because there are just so many things that we repress or that are oppressed because, we need to fit into society or whatever. So all of our personalities and all of that can get along. So you are definitely trying to hear from yourself here. I think that you don't want to be in denial about how you feel about love, about what you need in love, and about what's kept you from love, from deeper love, from more intimate love, a truer love, agape, spiritual love, true connectedness, soul-based love, right? Okay? All right, so let's look at these cards. Body and soul. This is you, body and soul, wholeheartedly, with your whole soul, your whole self, throwing yourself into your authentic truth. All right, let me see what Colette says about that card really quickly, just to get a little indication for myself what this might have to do with your particular reading. It says taking care of yourself, seeing yourself as a complete package. Body not separate from soul, centered in your sense of self, comfortable in your body, in your authentic identity, and also a physical health. Self-care is called for when you receive this card. Answer truthfully, are you taking care of yourself? Your first choice may be to care for others before meeting your own needs. Check in with yourself. Are you? This card's a signal it's time to take a break from your current focus and get busy taking care of you because you're worthy of this care. This is about your authenticity and what you need. And body and soul being every part of who you really are. And maybe you haven't been. Again, maybe you've sort of repressed parts of yourself because of wounds in childhood. So I'm going to show you the cards. Okay, so body and soul, you're opening to discovering some things about yourself. What you need. What do you need, Virgo? And with ears wide open, it's kind of like a heads up. Heads up, Virgo. It's time. You really need to look at it. You really need to listen to yourself, the voice of your own soul. You need to listen to everyone around you. What are you hearing? Right? What are you hearing? Do you hear and feel and see love surrounding you? Because I think that's what you want, and I think that's what you need, and I think that that's what you are trying to discover how to find. And the reason I say that, Page of Wands, internally, this is about what we want. And the Page of Wands is able to just blurt it out and say, hey, I really want some chocolate right now. Whatever, right? But this is really about your feelings with the moon. This is about being able to not only allow yourself to feel what you feel, but allow yourself to say it. To admit how you feel. King of Pentacles is you. You are very strong and self-assured, responsible and practical. You get the job done, right? You get your chores done. You take care of others. Virgo is the sign of virtue, of taking care of others. Right? It's the house, the sixth house of service, of taking care. And so it's just part of who you are. You take care of others. And this is saying how you need to take care of your feelings right now. And ask yourself what you want. This is what is inside, internally, subconsciously, trying to come to the surface, is that you have deep feelings about something that you really want. And it's like, well, you know, if I act like I normally act, then I feel like a king. Like I'm in the top. Mercury retrograde is killing me right now. You know, like you've mastered your own energy, right? But when you feel like the Page of Wands, this is a king, this is a page, you may tell yourself, well, my wants, my desires, well, that feels selfish and immature. So instead, I'm going to take care of everybody else and be mature and master my own energy. But is it selfish to actually ask for what you need emotionally, or to expect to have your emotional needs met? No, it's not immature. It's not selfish. That, you know, is part of the dichotomy of love. The giving and receiving, the sharing and the caring. We all need it. We all need to have that kind of love. And I think you're looking for that. Okay, so let's go across the top. The star, hope and faith and trust in your feelings and what they're telling you. 5 of Cups. There's something that's made you very sad, and you know this about yourself. Queen of Cups. You're feeling very sensitive about something. And with the star, it's like you're being guided to listen to your feelings, to your intuition. They're trying to tell you something. They want you to open up to the discovery of what these feelings are trying to tell you. Listening to your feelings. Discovering what they are saying to you about your truth, about your authentic self, about your body, about your soul, about your life here on this planet right now, who you are and who you're meant to be. The star's a serious card. It's a major arcana card about your destiny. And opening to discovery with all these stars, it's just, there are stars on every one of these cards, but you know, you're really trying to listen to yourself, right? The Queen of Cups listens to her intuition, and she listens to her feelings. But you're also doing that with your Mercury mind. Ace of Swords, swing through the crown chakra, as Gemstone Tarot says. I love Gemstone Tarot. Hey, shout out. Hi, Gemma. So, Ace of Swords, the truth. Right? It's like you want to tell yourself the truth because maybe you haven't really wanted to. You've been too busy and you can't, it's like I don't have time to get into my feels and ask for what I need emotionally, and you've probably been rolling your own eyes at yourself. But Virgo, This is not a good feeling. Going around and round and round in your head about why you don't feel better about things. Seven of Pentacles, assessing it. Oh my God, I put so much work and so much effort. I try so hard for others, for other people. I try so hard. Why can't I feel better about it, about myself, about my life? What is this issue that I'm having? Eight of Swords. What is it that you're blindfolded to? What is it that you're trying to discover about yourself, Virgo? Right? Well, it's kind of come to closure. The world. It's coming full circle. And even though Four of Cups, you haven't really wanted to feel it, right? I'd rather be apathetic and have my emotional neutral. I don't really want to think about it or feel it right now. About what? About a relationship, about love itself. It's better when I feel like love is just kind of status quo, easygoing, and very balanced. I don't want to feel too much, because if I do, you know, I don't know, I might get out of balance. It might make me feel like this, like, who am I to ask for what I want? Who am I to talk about the desires of my heart and soul? Well, you're you. You're you, Virgo, and you're allowed to be, body and soul, who you are. All right, let's go down the vertical. So we have the Star. Really, you are being guided right now to see and hear the truth of yourself about what it is that you've been trying to learn, this life lesson. Okay? And, you know, Saturn just moved forward too this month. Saturn's the taskmaster that makes us work really hard in our lives to make progress. You know, we have to work like 4 times as hard just to gain an inch. But you have accomplished this. Something has come full circle. You've seen the truth of where you need to go. It's like you're getting this vision somehow. You understand that this sadness and this going over and over in your mind, why can't I get over this? Why can't I get over this? Why can't I get over this? Right? Over and over. It's either that, or I don't want to feel it. I don't want to look at it. I just need to stay okay. I just need to stay okay right now. I don't want to analyze it anymore. I don't want to go over it anymore. I can't feel it anymore. That's what you're telling yourself, but you're unable to get out of that cage. Self-limiting beliefs. Numbing oneself to one's feelings. Well, that's coming to an end. You're going to have closure on it. You're going to learn something with that Ace of Swords about yourself, about what you need. About what you need emotionally. Queen of Cups. You know instinctively and intuitively and with absolute compassion for your own self, for your own soul, and for your own soul's journey, that you love yourself enough and respect yourself enough after all of this time waiting and looking at it. How do I feel about love? What is it about love that I need to learn about myself? How am I stopping myself from going deeper, wider? What is it that I'm not getting? What is it that I don't know? Ears wide open. There's something you need to know here. And it may be something from within. It may be something in your life that you know, with opening to discover, ears wide open, there may be something here that you're not aware of that you need to understand. Okay, whether it's about yourself or your, you know, relationship. You have deep feels about it. Like you really have deep feels about it. So give yourself the allowance. Allow yourself at the full moon to feel what you feel and tell yourself the truth about what that feeling is. Because there is something that you want here and you need it to feel really stable again. You need to express this. Or somebody may be expressing their desire to you. But you have an emotional desire here, a desire to come out of the Five of Cups and feel something more passionate, more alive, more destined. Yeah. You feel it in your body and soul. All right, Virgo. I don't know what this is about. I hope you do. And I wish you a good full moon. I wish you kindness, reverence, and gratitude. And I'll talk to you again next week. Thank you so much for the likes and shares and subscribes if you decide to do that. Thank you. All right. I'll talk to you then.